what we feel is desire for the thing, and what we want is relief from the desire.
Calvin Correli knows what it means to win on paper and feel lost anyway. He's the founder of Simplero, a self-made entrepreneur who wrote his own code, built his own company, and still chose to break the rules most people spend their lives chasing. For nearly 20 years, Calvin has explored what happens after success, when money doesn't fix the emptiness and freedom can't be bought. This isn't about scaling faster or exiting bigger. It's about waking up to who you are, what you feel, and why you're really building in the first place. If you're stuck in achievement mode but starving for meaning, this one's for you.
We put something unconsciously onto money, and then once you get the money, or the money is within reach, as it was with this guy, you realize, oh crap, it doesn't solve any of those problems, and now I don't have a strategy anymore.
Hey, everybody, and welcome to Your Next. This is the podcast for founders who want to know what they're going to do after their exit. Today, we've got an amazing guest. We've got Calvin Correli in, and shout out to Cosm, previous guest. I don't remember the episode number, but you can look him up. We had a phenomenal interview, and he's like, Jerome, you got to talk to Calvin. And I was like, why I got to talk to Calvin? He's like, trust me. And so in the few minutes that Calvin and I have been talking and the stuff I've gotten from the VAs, it's very clear on why I needed to talk to Calvin. So Calvin, welcome to the show, man. Good to see you.
Thank you, Jerome. Super happy to be here. It's so great to meet you. Cosmo is an awesome guy.
Yeah. It like the transparency and the vulnerability that came up in his episode, unreal. And so, look, I mean, are you in Copenhagen? Where are you?
I'm in New York City. I was born and raised in Copenhagen and then moved here, I think like 12 years ago now, moved to New York. First time I moved to New York was 26 years ago in 1999. But then I was back to Copenhagen. Long story. Right? India, year in India.
I feel like you probably found something over there, but we'll get to that part of the journey at some point. So, yeah. You told me something along the lines of you got an email from somebody and they were really depressed in a situation where you would think they would be happy. Can we just parachute into that story and start there?
For sure, yeah. This is back, I think it's like 2008, 9, when I started writing about these like personal growth topics. I got this vision that entrepreneurship and spirituality are really linked. Like most people go to their entrepreneurial journey as a very kind of practical thing, like goals and milestones, like all that stuff. But really it's the spiritual journey. It's like we're becoming through the process of building a business. It's a very creative process. We're creating all this stuff. The business, just like we're creating our life, all that. So I started blogging about these things, writing about these things. And then out of the blue, I get this email from this guy named Eric in San Francisco, who's like, hey, I've been reading your blog and I'm a little bit insecure about reaching out, but I got this offer from someone to buy my company, a social mobile gaming startup, for $300 million. And I've never been more depressed in my life. What the hell is going on?
All right. So had you exited? Like, what made you the authority or the expert for this guy to reach out? Outside of, he probably didn't have any idea on who to talk to about the thing.
Exactly. Right. That's the thing. Like most of us, we don't have anyone to talk to about these things. We're like, who can handle, like, who's going to listen to someone who's like, hey, I stand to make $300 million and I'm really sad. Oh, boo-hoo. Like, world's tiniest divide. Like, who's going to put up with that? Right. Like, who do you talk to about that? So yeah, I've always been like, I've been very, very interested in all the deepest, most vulnerable, most painful, darkest, but also beautiful sides of being human. I've been writing about that. And so for some reason, he felt safe enough to write me about that. And when I spoke with him, what was really fascinating and very, very, very obvious to me is like, we all are taught that money is the path to happiness. Even if we know that money can't buy happiness and blah, 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 all the things that we say, there's still that underlying thing that says, well, when only I have more money, then, right? Then I'll be happy. Then I can buy the house. Then all the girls will want me, like whatever it is. We all tie something. Then I'll feel free. I'll feel safe. I'll feel like I'm enough. I'll have proved myself. My dad will finally recognize me. Whatever it is, we put something unconsciously onto money. And then once you get the money, or the money is within reach, as it was with this guy, you realize, oh crap, it doesn't solve any of those problems. And now I don't have a strategy anymore. Before I was miserable, but I knew what to do. Now I'm miserable. I have no clue what to do. Like,
So I'm miserable and I know what to do, get more money,
right.
only to find out that money only solves lower order problems, right? It's something you could go to the store and buy. It's productized or commoditized. But the real problems that most people are dealing with are related to love and belonging or self-actualization. Some people it's transcendence, but I might be missing something. So what's your thought there? Why is it just because the answer that they thought they had, finding out that it's not the answer, is the thing that makes them depressed?
Yes. And it's deeper than that. Like, so why do we want anything in life? Money, relationship, perfect body, huge following on the internet, like whatever it is, whatever we want is because we think it's going to make us feel something. Right? It's going to
I
make
feel
you
like your
feel
trip to India is coming out now. I'm ready for it. I'm a
Right.
Buddhist. I'm going to start getting my alms going. Come on, talk to me now.
Yeah. Well, we think it's going to make me feel something. Say, but I mean, we both know Cosm, right? Like his thing is like he wants to feel safe, and he thought that if he had this amount of money, he would feel safe. Like
Yeah.
we talked about that on my podcast, and it didn't. And then it's like, okay, it's 10 million, then I'll feel safe. Wait, didn't happen. 100 million, then I'll feel safe. Promise you, it's not going to happen. $1 billion, then I'll feel no, because the reason you don't feel safe is because unconsciously you have a rule that says, like unconsciously, you're actually scared of feeling safe.
Don't say that. That's what I want. What do you mean I have a rule?
Right.
that
So
I
you
need
have,
to-
so you are unconsciously scared of actually feeling the way that you say you want to feel. So there's an unconscious belief that says, well, if I felt totally safe, maybe I'd collapse. Like I just smoke weed or watch porn all day and never do anything. Like if I allowed myself to feel safe, then I wouldn't get up out of bed in the morning. There's some unconscious fear of what would actually happen if I allowed myself to feel this way. It's not conscious, it's unconscious. That's why you're not feeling that. Then what your mind does is it makes up a rule that says, well, I'll let myself feel safe when, right? When I have this much money, or I need this, like, safe, free, attractive, whatever we want to feel, loving, worthy, blah, blah, blah. I'll let myself feel that way when I have X. So two things are going to happen. Number one is now you've set a rule that says when I have 10 million, I will let myself feel safe, but you're also scared of feeling safe. So you're actually going to sabotage yourself unconsciously from getting to 10 million. So it's going to make it harder to get there because your unconscious mind's like, we're not going to do that because then I'll have to feel safe. And at the same time, when or if you do hit 10 million, it's not going to work because the underlying fear of feeling safe is still there. The trick is to realize that any feeling you want, you can just fucking feel it. There's nothing stopping you from feeling anything you want right now other than your own mind.
You can feel whatever you want to feel right now. There is no separation.
There's just you choose your feelings.
But what about the happenings? Something has to happen. Doesn't there need to be an external stimulus so that I can feel the thing internally?
That's the lie. That's the lie, right? Nothing has to happen in your external circumstances in order for you to feel however you want to feel. Nothing.
Come on, man. Come on. That's not fair. Like, in order for me to be happy, something has to be happening.
No. Well, so happy is an interesting thing, right? Because happy is, by definition, is I have this expectation and the expectation is met. That makes me happy, right? But it doesn't last. We all know that. It doesn't last. And then if you want to be happy, just lower the expectation.
Arthur Brooks has made a fortune off of this idea of you want to be happier, want less.
Right. Yeah. I mean, it works. But happiness is also sort of like, it's not a very, to me, it's not a very attractive emotion, right? Like, we want to feel love. We want to feel free. We want to feel abundance. We want to feel like, I don't know, powerful, joy, bliss, peace,
Safe.
safe. Yeah. Fuck yeah. Safe. And that's the thing too, right? Like we think that safety is something that can come from the outside. It cannot. It cannot. Like realize that there is no safety in this three-dimensional world. A nuclear bomb could go off here in 3 seconds. Like someone could burst in and murder me and my family, like whatever, anything could happen at any moment. There's no guarantee. There's no amount of money I can have in the bank. There's no amount of like walls or guns or anything that will ultimately provide for my safety. The only safety lies in recognizing that who I am truly cannot be harmed, cannot die, was never born. I'm pure awareness, pure consciousness. Nothing can touch that.
Ooh,
That's the only source of safety there is.
you said the C word. Consciousness.
Yeah.
And then you used the A word before that. You said awareness. So most people, I think, are going on this journey with no consciousness and absolutely unaware that there's something other than the effort of their input that's impacting their experience.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I don't know if you want to talk about the C word first or the A word, but I feel like we got to talk about those because it's going to unlock something for those out there who are pursuing the thing, even though we both know that getting the thing isn't the answer that they're seeking.
Mm-hmm.
So, do you want to talk about the C word or the A word first?
I'll let you pick.
Let's talk about awareness because I think it is the hardest thing for people to understand.
Mm-hmm.
So, as a founder, well, let's go back and then we'll come back to awareness. So, when did you become aware of this concept? Because certainly it couldn't have just been a book you read. Because this is, you know, this. Like, you don't think this is the answer. You fully know that this is the answer. And if I am picking up the energy correctly, this isn't a knowing from observing others. This is an experience you had yourself.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I started working with my first spiritual teacher in 2007. So that me is like 18 years now. And I still remember the very first conversation we had. It blew my mind. So I was, at the time, I was still living in Copenhagen and he was in Encinitas. So we just get on the phone once a week for an hour. And like the first time I was just like he made me aware of that sense of presence that we have all the time. And it was the first time I've ever experienced that. It was like when we're just like something as simple as like holding out your hands and you can actually feel the energy in your hands. Like it's there. There's some sort of energy. There's some sort of presence there. It's the first time I'd ever experienced that. And then he started making me aware of the conditioning. It was the first time I heard the word conditioning, right? The word program. We're conditioned to think and behave in a certain way. And it blew my freaking mind. And I was just obsessed since that moment. I was like, whoa, it was like a remembering. There's something here that I completely forgotten, but it was so real and it just resonated so deeply with me.
So you became aware that your presence had impact. And then how did you reconcile that you had control over how you feel in the moment? Because I think that is the thing that's hardest for the listeners to understand, because they feel like there's separation in between what they want and the emotions associated with it, because I'm not even sure we want the thing. Most of us want the thing that the thing is going to provide for us or create for us.
Well, and most of the time it's even worse than that, because what we feel is desire for the thing And what we want is relief from the desire.
Say it again. Say it again for the people in the guy.
I know. We desire something. So I'll tell you a story. So the first time I lived in the US, I moved here to New York in 1999. I worked for a software company here, and the company had this BMW Roadster, like convertible Z3. It was amazing. I loved that car. Drive it around, like actually drove it up and down the California coast. It was just like, it was the most incredible thing ever. I lusted after that car. After 9/11, I ended up moving back to Copenhagen. And the entire time I was there, I lusted after this car so bad. So bad. The thing is, in Copenhagen, like I didn't have that much money. And in Denmark, cars cost about 3x what they cost in America, thanks to taxes. So it was like, it was way out of my range, this kind of car. But the desire for it was real. And like, that's like lusting, desiring can be enticing. We all have like lust for like sexual lust or whatever. It can be a turn on, but it can also be really annoying and really distracting when it's too much, right? So saying the same thing. Then I moved back to the States. I bought the car and I was on top of the freaking world. I was like, this is the coolest car ever. By that time, it was upgraded from a Z3 to a Z4, same thing. It was like spiffy. It was so beautiful. I drive down the California coast, top down. This guy was like, hey, nice car. I was like, yeah, nice check. So I was like, oh my God, I'm the man. Every time we went to a restaurant, I'd park the car outside. I'd go in to eat. Then I'd come back out and be looking around the lot. And I'd be like, there's no other car in this entire lot that I'd rather own. I was like, fuck it. And then 2 weeks to the day after I got the car, I get out of my hotel. I walk down the stairs. I see the car and there's like, there's nothing. There's no like, the thing is gone. And it was like, I walk back up. I'm like, this has got to be a fluke. Let me try again. Walk back down, nothing. And from that moment, it was gone. So 10 years, I lusted after this thing. And I get it. And there's relief. There's like, oh, I have it. And then there's all the feelings that I thought the car was going to give me. Like, I'm on top of the world. I'm the man. I've got this shit. Like, I'm so cool. Blah, blah, blah. Like, all of that. It was there. It lasted 2 weeks.
Gone.
Just gone. Never came back. Still a nice car. Liked the car. Loved the car. But it didn't do any of that stuff for me. 2 weeks.
So the relief,
Mm-hmm.
what is that?
Well, when you really start to notice it, like it's the whole thing, you saying like the feelings, right? Start to pay attention to what you're really feeling. But here's the thing. What we tend to do is we go label the feelings. We're like, oh, I'm angry. I'm sad. Like I'm feeling like, oftentimes we'll say, I feel that. And then we'll say something that's not a feeling, but a thought. I feel that you betrayed me. That's not a feeling. It's like, what am I feeling? I'm feeling hurt. I'm feeling sad. I'm feeling angry, whatever. But then go beyond the label and notice the physical sensation in your body, because every feeling has a physical sensation. So what happens is that there are feelings that we have that we can't be with. And it's all unconscious. But at some point it was too much and we're like, oh, I can't have it. And we'll label it and we'll act out or we'll suppress, we'll do all these different things. But if we can pause there and just pay attention, instead of labeling, I'm feeling this, that, and the other, what am I noticing sensation in my body? Like some little queasiness here, a little like wobbliness in the belly, like maybe the shoulders a little bit tight. Like what am I noticing there? And just be with that.
The sensation.
Exactly. Because that's really all it is. There's some sensation in the body. We've learned to label that as a feeling, and then like we get all in our heads about it and we try to avoid it. But there's really no feeling that like we can be with any feeling that we want once we practice it.
So, but the feeling is different than the sensation.
The feeling's kind of the label that we give it, but really a feeling is the way that we actually sense a feeling is through a sensation in the body. Yeah.
This is fascinating because when people say, hey, I'm scared or I'm happy or I have joy or I'm angry,
Right.
they typically aren't talking about the hair on the back of my neck is standing up, or my heart is
Right.
beating fast, or I have sweaty palms, or the only thing that I've actually like connected was butterflies in the stomach and nervous.
Hmm. Yeah, and those are more cliches than usually people actually necessarily feel them, right?
But that description
Exactly.
is like so accurate for the experience, but I'm not. I guess people would say my blood is boiling for angry.
Right.
And so they're hot. Go ahead.
Yeah. So, I mean, the first lie there is I am, right?
Wait,
I am
no, don't
angry.
do it. Don't do it. You're going to pop a bubble. Don't do it. All right, do
I
it. I'm
am
ready.
angry. I am scared. I am whatever.
Are you going to tell us that we can't be?
No, but once you say I am, now you're identified with it. Now you own it versus like I'm noticing anger. I'm experiencing anger.
So it's not you. It's an experience you're having, and you can be free
Correct.
from that experience in any moment that you want
Yeah.
to
Or
be.
right. Yeah. You can be with it in the moment, right? You can, oh, I'm noticing anger. Okay, great. Can we just be with that? Sure. Yeah, that's fine. I can be with the anger. I don't need to act out. Don't need to punch anyone or yell at anyone. I can just notice the anger. Anger is a great feeling. All the feelings are awesome. Just notice it. So it's the separation, right? That there's the awareness and then there's the thoughts and then there are the feelings and the sensations. Like I am not who I am is the pure awareness that's observing all of this. I'm not this body. I'm not this name. I'm not the feelings. I'm not my money. I'm not my, like any of that stuff.
You brought it back to the A word. So
I did.
I feel like this is a time where we go into the C word now, because I feel like we just set it all up.
Yeah.
So consciousness. So I am the awareness of the experience that I'm having. Is consciousness different than awareness?
I use them interchangeably in this context. Yeah. Like I am the pure awareness. I am the consciousness that is aware. Like I don't have like a strong semantic on that.
Mm. I find that the consciousness, so for me, awareness is observation
Mm-hmm.
and consciousness is intention. It's
Mm-hmm.
like I'm doing this because I'm conscious of what's happening and the potential impact that may be a result of that. I'm causing an effect
Mm-hmm.
and I'm calculating what that effect would be. That's how I differentiate the two. But what I think is really valuable here, man, this is good stuff. We don't need a thing in order to feel a thing.
Mm-hmm.
That's a really high level concept for a walk away for people.
Mm-hmm.
So, what's the point of achievement then?
Mm-hmm. That's a great
Be-
question. Right.
because in concept, I don't have to do anything to get the feeling.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So it's like, are we motivated by getting away from something? Like, oh, I have a shitty feeling, whatever it is. I don't feel safe. I don't feel good enough. I don't feel worthy. I don't feel accomplished. I don't feel whatever. And I'm trying to get away from that feeling. Or are we motivated by a feeling of love and creation? Most people like to sing in the shower, or at least like a lot of people like to sing in the shower. Kids like to play and make things up and like build things of Lego or whatever. It's a natural human urge to want to express ourselves and create. It's healthy, it's normal, it's natural. And so for me, it's like, is getting away from getting like, once you feel safe and loving and free and enough and all of these belonging, wanted, all of what you want to feel, then it's like, okay, from this place, what do I feel like contributing? Because it feels amazing to do something for other people, to build something, to figure something out, to solve a problem. To like, it feels great. Let that be the driving force. The pure joy of creation. And I'm not saying don't be smart about your business moves and like do financially right. And if you want to sell your company by all means. I'm not saying any of these things are bad, but don't do it because you hope that by changing your circumstances, you're going to feel differently. Do it because you already feel amazing and you want to, like, it's the next step.
Oh man. So I'm laughing because I specifically think of people who say, "Oh, I'm going to move to a new city because life's going to be better if I move there."
Right, exactly. And then you bring you. And it is an opportunity to change, right? So when I was in school, I changed schools between 7th and 8th grade and then between first and second year in high school. And both I used very intentionally to reinvent myself because I had a certain reputation in the old place. And I was like, I don't want to bring that reputation with me. I'm going to change how I show up. And it worked both times. And so you can absolutely use a move to leave something behind and get into something new. That's totally legit. And if you're not conscious about it, if you're not aware of it, if you're not intentional about it, yeah, you're just going to bring all your old shit with you.
But you could also be that different representation of yourself in the same space
Totally.
that you're out in. Like you don't have to change the environment in order to change yourself. Mm-hmm. The magic of the change of environment is you don't have the reminders of the old self, because a lot of people will say your environment mirrors you, but I think it's more like a television broadcast. Mm-hmm. I think there's a delay. You can make a decision that you're going to show up differently, but there's all the residual from the past that people are bringing back and offering to you as what the present reality is, even if it's 4 seconds behind.
Exactly. Yeah. And it's both just like in anchors, pieces that remind you of certain things, right? It's going to trigger your some memories or whatever. I think it's also literally like energy stored in the physical environment around us.
Mm. So, all right, we started with the guy with the letter reaching out 300 million. What happened?
I honestly don't know because he stopped responding to my emails at some point. And I never returned back and followed up. So I don't know what happened. I'd be curious to see. But it really is like people think that it's going to be amazing on the other side of this. And like I was speaking to another founder, a friend of mine last month, who had an exit. I don't know how much, but I think like 7-figure range is my guess. And for 3.5 years, been spinning his wheels because he's lacking. He's like, I'm ready for the next hero's journey. What the fuck is it? I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm here to do. Right. It's like,
he should talk to us. We can help him.
Yeah. Right.
We have a process for that.
Exactly. I mean, this stuff, it's like, we need a quest. We need to like have something that excites us, that gets us up every morning.
So this is going to pop somebody's head. So many people feel like they only need the quest because they need money in order to live. Mm-hmm. There comes a point where work becomes optional, right? Mm-hmm. You're fortunate enough to have a liquidity event where you don't have to figure out how you're going to pay for your life. Mm-hmm. It's your belief that the quest or the struggle is still required.
100%, but let's not make it about money. But I think we should stop making it about money way before the exit, right? Like for me, I have a setup now where I can take as much time off and not do any work if I wanted to. I have a coaching program where I've committed to show up for 90 minutes every week. It's literally the only thing that I need to do. Like everything else my team got, like I can, but I love doing what I do. So I'm still working, right? It's just, I don't have to. So for me, it's like, I love creating. I'm a software guy. I love just like building. It's like, I get to build, my entire company runs on my own software. It's called Simplero. So I get to build a song for her or have the team build it, and I get to use it every day. It's the funnest thing ever. It's like you get to build a house in Lego and you get to live in it. Like I'm amazing at that. But I love making music. I love cooking. Like it's like you cook an amazing dish, you get to eat it. I get to write a song and then I get to sing and enjoy it. Like it's amazing. So what if we just love the creation of it? And the quest is around that. What I realized a while ago, I always made myself wrong for not being motivated by money because it seemed everybody else was so motivated by money. I just can't get myself. I love things money can buy. I want to have my own private jet so I can fly from LA to Copenhagen or Sicily and back in one with no stops because I hate flying commercial. So I love money. I want lots of money. But I'm also like, I know that that's not going to fundamentally change anything about how I feel because I live an incredible life already. And the money doesn't motivate me. But what does motivate me is intimacy. Moments of intimacy like we're having here, like I do with my clients in my coaching program, like I do with my members on Simplero, like I do with my team, my friends, with my wife, with my network, moments of true connection and intimacy. That's what I love to do. And so I think of my business as a structure, a system, an engine that produces moments of intimacy. That's what gets me energy.
So, in my words, I would say you get your opportunity to receive and demonstrate love.
Yeah.
I've never heard anybody talk about intimacy in that way. It's poetic. I see why you write songs. But I want to back up because I'm going to come back to this because, I mean, this is like 20 minutes worth of content worthy, but we won't do that. I'm not motivated by money. I already live a fabulous life. I realize it's not going to make much of a difference because really the only thing I want to do is fly private internationally. How'd you decouple it? Better yet, how'd you reprogram?
Mm-hmm. So yeah, this brings us to one of my concepts. One of my big ideas is what I call mind bugs. So all of the stuff that we've talked about are various forms of mind bugs. A mind bug that says I'm not safe, or a mind bug that says I'm not worthy, or a mind bug that says there's somewhere to get to. I'm not there yet. Right? These are all different forms of mind bugs. I did something wrong is one that I've had a lot. There's not enough. I'm not going to be okay. I'm bad in some way. Like these different mind bugs, I've had like 10 that I've cataloged that are kind of the main ones. And it's like noticing when they pop up and then realizing that they're all lies. And so specifically with the jet, for most of my life, I was too under the impression that there was somewhere to get to. Oh, when I have some maybe unspecified amount of money and I can buy that dream house and like car and like blah, 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 whatever it is, right? Like, and there's like maybe it's a $5 million house or a $10 million house or $50 million house or $100 million, like, or is it like a $2 million jet or a $30 million jet or an $80 million jet? Like there's no end to these things, right? So, and then anyway, we don't have to go there. Then you are a multi-billionaire, you have all the money in the world, and then you go to someone's island and you do like weird shit. Like, what's the next level here, right? Because if you're searching for something in your circumstances to make you feel what you want to feel, you're always going to be lost. So the big realization for me of there literally is nowhere to get to. Like we have this tendency to be like not fully in the moment because like I need to get somewhere and then like then I'll be there. And that moment never fucking arrives because none of us have ever been to the future.
The only time is now.
Exactly. Right. So stop looking to the future for anything because it's never going to freaking happen. Like the future never arrives. Now is now, and now is always going to be now. So live it now. And so what I will do specifically with the jet is I live as if I already have the jet. I feel as if I already have the jet. I feel the gratitude, the excitement, the joy, the beauty of it. And I live in that energy. Because what I want is I want the jet. I don't want wanting the jet. I don't want desiring the jet. I don't want lusting after the jet. I don't want striving for the jet. I don't want, fuck, why don't I have the jet anymore? Like, that's not the energy I want. That's not the feeling I want. The feeling I want is like, of course I have a fucking jet. How cool is that?
It just isn't in the possession. This is phenomenal. All right, so you would get to experience all the emotions without the physical manifestation of the thing. I'm waiting for you to say that for the people out there trying to get somewhere, you're already there, and the answer is within, but you didn't say it. What am I missing?
Yeah, no, I mean, that's it, right? Like, everything you're looking for is already here. You're just making up bullshit stories, mind bugs in your head that says, oh, I can't let myself be there, feel that yet.
Because we feel like we don't deserve it. There's a lack of worthiness. There's a belief that we have to suffer or sacrifice in order to earn it. Yes?
See that? All of that. Yeah, exactly. Whatever your version of that is, right? We all have a version of it.
Meanwhile, if you truly were aware, you could experience the emotions of having the thing right now.
Yeah.
Then why would anybody do anything?
Same reason they sing in the shower. Same reason they prepare a beautiful meal for their family. Same reason they sit and like they write a book, a novel. Just for the fun of it, for the sheer joy of creation.
So it's not even the end product that is the destination. It is doing the thing. And maybe it's not even doing the thing. Maybe it's just being. Is that where we go now?
Yeah, it's how we feel while we're in the process of creating or enjoying our creations or creating with others, right? The intimacy, the collaboration. It's just, yeah. I mean, that's the only thing that we ever do in life is we either stand up or lie down or sit. Like, there are not that many things that we can possibly do, right? It's like, what more do you want?
Hold on. We either sit up, lay down, or we sit.
Yeah.
That's not fair. It took me 42 years to find that out. That is wild. It's literally that simple.
Yeah.
So
I used to work out because I was like, oh, you're a fat slob and like blah, blah, blah. So it's a form of self-punishment. Like, I was like, that's stupid. Like, what if working out is a form of self-love? Like, I love and appreciate myself so much. I'll give myself that time. And it's hard, but it feels good. You recognize that the hardness of it is actually what makes it feel good. Same thing with like, you pull in an all-nighter because you want to hit some arbitrary deadline that you set for yourself or whatever. It can be super fun. There's nothing wrong with that. Right? Where it goes off the rails is when we think that, oh crap, if I don't do that, I'm a bad person and blah, 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 like all the mind bugs. But a friend of mine is the former Navy SEAL, and his best memories were like in scorching heat in Baghdad, in like pool of mud, hiding behind a Humvee, in like under enemy crossfire with his buddies. Like, those are some of his favorite moments because he was so alive there. And there's this camaraderie. Like, we love being together. It's one of the reasons too that sports people, like people who are on sports teams, basketball, football, whatever, make a lot of money, then they retire, and then like they get hyper depressed because like there was, and same thing with founders too, right? There's a team, all of a sudden you have no quest, you have nothing to do, and you don't have a team anymore. So there's like that loneliness. And with sports teams, there's really an intense camaraderie in the team. And now you've got all the money and maybe fame and all that stuff, all the women that want you, all that stuff. But you don't have the camaraderie, you don't have the quest anymore. It's hard.
Yeah. One of the things that we make very apparent when we're doing workshops with founders is that lonely is part of the equation. When we have them think about the 5 people they spend the most time with, typically 3 of those people are within their company. And
Mhm.
the thought that you're going to exit and not be able to talk to 60% of the people that you used to talk to on a regular basis, for many of them is sobering, because
Yeah,
those are the conversations they enjoy most,
exactly.
because they have that common quest or mission that they're working through or towards.
And so the point there is so beautiful and so true. Thinking about like the the work that we do and the money that we make is the excuse for us to spend time together with people that we love doing things we love. Right? We think that we work together, like I work with my software engineers every day. And we think that, oh, we're doing that because we're building this thing that's then gonna like whatever blow up and we'll maybe sell and get rich on. No, the money is an excuse for us to do stuff that we love doing together. That's the essence of it. It's the doing of it.
So literally, if we didn't have to pay for the stuff, we could just do.
Mm-hmm.
But we've been conditioned to believe that the money is more important than the doing. This
Mm-hmm.
is getting scary.
Yeah. And the money is great because the money is a way for other people. I mean, money is just like a random like invention thingy. Like it's just like some sort of token of appreciation, right? Like, hey, I love what you're doing. Let me give you a thing for it. Like, great. I love what you're doing. Let me pass the thing on to you. Like, I mean, that's all money is. So it's a way for people to say, oh, you know what? I really like this. I value this. Let me give you some of my finite numbers of things here as a token of appreciation of what you're doing, which is really nice because it's cool to do stuff that other people value.
Yeah.
And then we can use those tokens to get other people, like people on my team. I don't know, they want to eat food. I don't know why, but they want to eat food. And then the people who make the food, they want something too. It's practical. It makes things work really nicely.
Yeah, I mean, the barter and the efficiency of it. And I think the last piece of it is just the ability to buy other people's time in order to
Mm-hmm.
get them to work on the thing that they may not prioritize if it wasn't for
Right.
the ability to compensate them.
And ideally, there are things that they love doing, and the money just gives them the opportunity to focus on that without having to do something else to pay for food, right? So
Yeah,
it's like
I
the
remember.
thing that they would most like to do, and they happen to get paid for it.
I remember early in the practice when I resented my gift for making money,
Mm-hmm.
and I pushed it away.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just like, how can I be of service? Right? How can I help people? And over time, I realized, well, unless you're a monk, it's going to be pretty difficult for you to pay for the things you need to pay for if you don't take compensation for the work that you're doing. But the joy of helping without expecting was something that I hadn't experienced as an adult. I got to do it as a kid, right? Like help parents, help neighbors. But as an adult, it was always gated. The helping was gated by compensation. And on the flip side of that, I've learned a few things about the importance of the compensation. And I think the biggest thing for me was when I helped people and there was no reciprocity, there was no transaction, it seemed that they didn't demonstrate gratitude in the same way that they did when there was an exchange.
Mm-hmm.
The other piece of that was their connectedness to the result. The compensation or the transaction or the exchange seemed to signal to me how committed they were to the outcome and their connection to the solution being presented to them, getting them to that outcome. Those two things seem to go up exponentially in my experience. But this thought of being able to do what you like most and just so happening to be compensated for it is what our process is all about when the person gets to the place where they're work optional. It's this is fulfilling for me, and it just so happens that it's such a valuable thing that people are willing to compensate me for it.
Yeah.
That feels like purpose to me, but I don't know if that's the word that you would use for that. So I don't want to force that into the episode, but is that your perspective?
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Purpose, meaning. Yeah. It feels meaningful, right? To do that. I have a specific framework around purpose that I work with, but like that's as a general directional thing. Yeah. 100%.
Would you be willing to talk through the framework?
Yeah. So the idea is that there's not a purpose, there's multiple levels to it. But the fundamental level of purpose is that my purpose is to be right where I am in this moment. Right? Like a lot of us tend to think of purpose as something out in the future, something I have to create, something I have to achieve, something like that has to happen in the future. And while I do appreciate that we can have a vision of a change that we want to make, a contribution that we want to make in some form that's like bigger at some level, I think the fundamental realization is that my purpose right now is to be right here having this conversation with you. There's nowhere else I should be. There's nowhere else I could be. I'm just here. And without that basis, like whatever else we do isn't really going to matter. And then there's the sort of the long term, like, hey, this is what I see as a contribution, which to me is it's like it's purpose. It's also at the level of intention where I don't know. Who knows if that's how things going to play out? If it does, amazing. If it doesn't, amazing too. Like it doesn't matter. But this is what I'm sensing or feeling or intending. And then there is the level of purpose, which is more like, what is the tone that I'm here to offer? What is the energy or the transmission? Like that's really where I've come down so much is like, there's been on the order of 140 billion people on this planet throughout all of time. There's around 8 billion right now, but if you look at historically, there's been about 140 billion or so. You're unique among all of them. There's never been another you. There will never be another you. What is the you there? What is the essence of Jerome? Like, what is the flavor? What is the tone? What is the vibration? What is the transmission? What is that? How does that awareness, consciousness express itself here in this world? Like, that's the game. And that's like, in some way, your purpose is to go through life refining that or just getting clear and expressing that. And then things are going to happen. Right? But it's like, how aligned can I be with that essence right now, every moment?
Beautiful.
Because that's our gift. That's our ultimate gift to the world, to our family, to our friends, to our neighborhood, to whatever, is like, be that. Because it becomes like a beacon, an organizing energy that other people are attracted to and can organize around. We're all contributing to each other. We all have something to give to each other in this way. Like you have an energy, an essence that nobody else has, and that offers just that piece that I needed today, and that all your listeners are needing today. Like we all have some unique piece of the puzzle that we can offer others. How do we get that out?
This is so good. Calvin, we've been all over the place today. I don't think we've actually been all over the place. I think it's been really concise, but I think there's concepts that have created internal conflict for a lot of people because this is different than what most people experience on a regular basis. If you had to pick one thing that the listeners should take away from the episode, what would that be?
Feel it now. It's actually the title of the song that I wrote this Monday. Feel it now. Like whatever it is that you want to feel on the other side of your exit, on the other side of whatever you're working towards, let's feel that now. And that's probably going to provoke some things to come up that are uncomfortable. I did this a while back. I was like, okay, what if I actually visualize having the business that I want and the money and the body and like all of the things? And I felt nauseous. I felt awful. I was like, oh, that's interesting. What's that about? Turns out I had a mind bug that said, if I have everything the way I want it and the way I envision it, I will be disloyal to my family. Because in my family, not everything goes well. Like if one area goes up, another goes down. Nothing ever goes like fantastic. It's all, yeah, and that's how we relate. That was my programming. And so unconsciously, I don't want to be disloyal to my family. That's scary. I'll be all alone. I'll be hurting them. I'll be insulting them in some ways. Like, no, that's not how we are here. And so all of these things. So there's a reason you're not feeling that today. So when you then start to cultivate those feelings, whatever it is, that's the resistance is going to come up, and then we deal with that.
Man, what a way to close out the show. Feel it now. Calvin, this has been exceptional. We want to thank you for your time and your contribution and your spirit. I mean, just a blessing for me today to experience you and your frameworks, thought processes, approach. Really grateful for this opportunity.
Thank you, man. It's been a joy to be with you.
Thank you. To the listeners, your dreams should be real. We'll catch you on the next episode.